Hey there, CPO here, and today I'm going to do a quick video on my design of a, basically it's a Tyvek simplified wallet using Tyvek paper, but you can use any kind of paper. It just so happens that I designed it around Tyvek, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in case you're not familiar with that. But in any sense, I basically came up with my own design that was simplistic and minimal, and lightweight and easy to make and easy to customize. So I'm going to share that with you. So Tyvek wallet, you may be familiar with this. This is a Mighty wallet by Mighty Design. Really cool stuff. I actually got this in New York City. It's actually a New York City subway map on Manhattan Island that is converted into a wallet. And I liked it. The minute I saw it, I knew I had to have it. Now, the cool thing about it is this is a, Tyvek is the material that you see a lot of CDs and DVDs come in, FedEx and priority mail packaging, like these kind of envelopes here. A lot of credit cards or other type of cards might come in a Tyvek sleeve. But Tyvek is this sort of a plasticky paper that is tear resistant, water resistant, and fairly lightweight, and as it turns out, easy to fold into things. So I bought this wallet, and I don't mind supporting this Mighty company. Really cool. I read the story, if you haven't heard the story, about how he got started out of the, I believe it was the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. Really cool stuff. But anyway, what I didn't like about this wallet is it felt a lot like a big wallet. I mean, it was still kind of thick. You can see how much material is there, even with the thing empty. And of course, they have to design it commercially for all kinds of currency types. So it's really big in comparison to what I needed. Cool nonetheless. And I'm kind of a wallet, I don't know, not wallet snob, not wallet geek or collector, but I have a lot of wallets, and I tend to rotate them through, and sometimes I like carrying wallets, sometimes I don't. Lately, I've been kind of on this minimalistic design where I've literally just been carrying around stuff in a money clip, credit cards, driver's license, and some cash. And my money clip actually started falling apart, which is why I decided to get this Tyvek wallet. But that's cool. Like I said, it's just it's a great design. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets. I mean, very cool, but it's more than what I needed. So I actually found the same guy who started the company, Mighty, did a YouTube video on how to fold a Tyvek wallet out of a single Tyvek envelope. And it's one of these just white envelopes is what I have here. It's a 9x12 envelope. And so he basically shows you on YouTube how to make your own wallet out of one of those 9x12 Tyvek envelopes. This is, I apologize for the kind of the lame graphics. My son and I did this as a kind of an arts and crafts project. I made a Google wallet, so you techies will probably get that reference. But anyway, it's kind of cool too. It's got credit card slots on both sides. It's got slots up here, and then it's got your currency slot. It's got slots on the side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pockets to keep stuff. And I carry this wallet around for quite a while. It was just fun. My son and I did it, grabbed some markers and made our own designs. The problem with this one is it was still bigger than what I wanted. It's actually bigger than the original Mighty that I started with, the one that I bought. So I started thinking I wanted to build a design that was just slim, kind of minimalistic, and did just what I needed it to, which is carry a couple of credit cards, driver's license, and some currency. And what I came up with was this design here. And as you can see, I made this out of a recycled priority mail envelope. I have to warn you that technically it's a federal offense to use these shipping envelopes for a purpose other than shipping. So, but there's no problem with recycling used ones. If you've got a used one that's got a good surface, feel free to use it rather than throwing it away. But what I found is that this design that I came up with was small, quite a bit smaller, as you can see, than these other two wallets. Now, of course, I designed it around U.S. currency and credit cards and driver's license. But it fits much nicer in my pocket, front pocket or back pocket. To be honest with you, I put some random cards on top here because I didn't necessarily want to share my credit card and driver's license with the world. But I've got 2 credit cards on this side, a credit card, a driver's license, and an insurance card on that side. And then I have a lonely $20 bill down inside here. But it's a great little package. In this particular design, I have the sides sealed up, and I'll also show you how to unseal them if you wanted to have pockets there. I'll show you a way to do that. But at any rate, this became a nice little compact design that I liked. Now, the cool thing about this, when I started making my design, I had 3 items of criteria in mind. One is it had to be small, compact, lightweight. I didn't want the wallet to be more bulky than the stuff I had in it. I generally don't carry a lot of stuff, so I wanted something thin and lightweight. So that's criteria number 1. Number 2 is I wanted to be able to build it out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Now, that doesn't give me much material to start with. I did it. That's what this is made out of, and I'll show you how. 8.5 by 11 gives me the ability to run it through a printer. So what starts out as a plain piece of paper could become something really cool like this Dynamite wallet if you printed your own designs. So with any of the larger, like even this size, a 9 by 12 won't run through a standard printer. It's just too big and too much material. And of course, anything like this, these humongo envelopes are way too big. So I wanted to start out with a design that would be printer friendly. Now here's another little tip. If you print using a inkjet printer, which is most people in their homes have inkjet printers, you'll be able to get a design on there. You'll be able to print on it. You can print on Tyvek. The problem is it's not necessarily water resistant, right? It's going to fade. If you wash it, it's gonna fade over time because that inkjet just sits on top of that Tyvek. However, if you use a laser jet printer, then the toner will actually bond with the Tyvek material, and you'll end up with a very durable printed surface, much like you'd have on the commercial wallet. So I don't currently have a color, I don't even have a black and white for that matter, laser jet printer. But there's nothing that says you can't. Take your 8.5 by 11 sheet of Tyvek and run down to the local print or copy store or office supply store and have them just print your design onto the piece of paper. And they can, as long as they do it in laser jet, then you should have a fairly durable print surface. So anyway, so that's what I have. This is what I ended up with. Out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Now this is Tyvek, right? So, and you can see I used a recycled priority mail envelope. This one I haven't used yet, so it's still in pretty good shape. But basically all I had to do was cut out an 8.5 by 11 piece of this and then use it. So even though I used different material than a standard copy paper, I started out with the same size. So what I decided to do was create a template for you and for me, right? So that you can see exactly how I did this and make it very easy. These templates are available. I'll put a link in the comments in the YouTube video. And basically, it's a PDF document. All you have to do is print it out and on a regular piece of paper, and you can have fold marks and cut marks, including, in this case, you've got dimensions. So my circle's 2 1/4 inches. Distance between these lines is 7 1/4 inches. Distance in the folds is 2 3/4, 5 1/8 inch on either side. I mean, that's pretty much it. Now, obviously, you really wouldn't want to print and use one of these. So I'm going to give you a blank template on there as well, which basically has exactly what you need to fold and cut. The dark lines are cuts, and this line should go all the way to the outside. When you print it, chances are good the print area will be inside the margin. So just go ahead and just if you see that cut line, cut it all the way to the outside, and I'll show you here in a minute, and then cut out that circle. So I gave you one that you could just print out on your own if you wanted, and then as you can see, this helps give you some indicators of how the wallet's going to lay out. So if you wanted to put your own graphic on here, you can see what areas of the wallet are going to fit which parts. To further represent that, I have this template, which is my CPO heli logo, and this is the one I'm actually going to build with you here now, just so you can see how it works out whenever you fold it and put it together. So it's going to be a little weird when you build, whenever you put whatever you want printed on your wallet, because some of it's going to be right side up, some of it's going to be upside down, but in the end it's all going to be right side up. Now there's nothing that says you can't put a design or a pattern over the entire thing and just use it. So if you've got a pattern that doesn't have really an up or down, that's a perfect thing to do with a wallet, right? If you wanted to print a subway map across the whole page and then fold it all up and then just have it be however it's going to be, that would be awesome. So that is what we're going to do, and I figured I would go ahead and just print onto a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper to show you how to fold it. But again, there's nothing that says you can't go get a Tyvek envelope. You can probably get these at your local office supply stores, and just lay your paper on top and cut out around, you know, the edges, and then you'll actually end up with 2 wallets worth of paper. Now, keeping in mind you've got this seam here, which is kind of annoying, so you may not want to use the back side of this, but at a minimum you can get one just by cutting it out. And again, if you've got anything any larger size, you can just figure out like how to cut to reuse it for a wallet. So that's that. Let's build. All right. So if we go back to our diagram, it looks fairly complicated, but it's really simple. And I'll show you how simple it is by folding it. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm just going to show you how I would fold this wallet if I was going to. And basically, I'm just going to fold the paper in half. From top to bottom. I'm not even using my fold marks. But you're going to see that they align up. And then I'm going to fold it in quarters. So once in half, and then again on the quarter marks. So like that. Now another trick to doing that is just to fold it in half, and then take it, and then fold it in half again. And then what you end up with is the right folds. And as you can see on my printed piece, that's where those marks end up. So I made this as fairly simple to do as I could. So the next thing I want to do is fold it in half long ways. And basically what I'm doing is just folding this into to 8s, so that you will have 8 squares when you get done. And I tend to fold it both ways, particularly if I'm going to do this out of Tyvek and get those edges nice and sharp. But there you go. So that is the basic starting point for your Tyvek wallet. Now it's probably a good time to note that there's one other item that you're going to need to accomplish this. Okay, I lied. 2 items. You're going to need a pair of scissors, and you're going to need either double stick tape. I use Scotch permanent double-sided tape by 3M, or regular Scotch tape. And I'll show you why I would use either one. My design, I like to use the double stick tape, but if you want the side pockets, I'll show you how to do that with regular Scotch tape. So anyway, so we're to this point where we have 8 sections. And while we have this folded in half, it's a good time to cut out our little circle here. Okay, so I drew this, you know, obviously on a computer, and in the dimensions, as I said previously, and they're on the template. It's 2 1/4 inches in diameter. That's an arbitrary figure. It just seemed to look good centered inside there. That's where your credit card and card holding slots are going to go. Seriously, I tried to make it easy. Just print out the template, cut out the circle. And if you fold it over, everything should align fairly well as long as you did your folds fairly well center, and I did a good job of making the template. So pretty darn close. Close enough for me. All right, so here's the other catch, right? If you wanted the template, but you didn't want your lines visible, once you get it all started, you can work off the back of it where there are no lines now visible. And as you fold it all up, you won't see those lines at all. So something to think about. Anyway, I'm doing this on regular paper, but you'll be doing it on Tyvek probably. Or regular paper and just have a disposable wallet. So now that we've got that done, we need to fold over our edges. This is probably the most challenging part because it doesn't have anything to fold against. It's just a 5/8 inch fold, but the template does have the dotted line there, so just fold it down the dotted line. Close as you can get it, doesn't have to be perfect. And there you go, that is it. It's now ready to fold up and turn into a wallet. So how this works is you're going to fold it, so each one of these sections are going to fold from the top and the bottom just up like that, right? So how this is going to work out is once you have it folded, this is going to be the inside of the wallet. You can see it starting to take shape here. So, so again, starting looking at it like this, fold the top part back and down, fold the bottom part back and up. Okay, and then you end up with that. Now I do have a tear mark right here, cut or tear, and you want to take care of that. And what that's going to allow you to do is to fold these independent of one another. So the top one, the top half, which I'll say the top half is the one that has the front and back part. The top half you want to fold those over like that, and then the bottom half you want to leave them open. And the reason is, we're going to make some folds, and we don't want anything getting in the way of our credit card slot here. So we want to be able to fold this over on the outside. We don't want these little tabs inside that slot. All right. So now fold that back over. So now what you have is, again, I folded the edges in like that, and just fold it over the top. So now this is what you have. Okay? Top one has the edges tucked in, bottom one has the edges still out. And then you're just going to take it and fold it from there. Okay? And you're starting to build your wallet. Now I'm going to fold it in half, and you can already see it starting to take shape. Now how we finish the deal is to tuck in these side pieces here into the little hole that's made from the back side. Okay? Now in theory, your wallet is complete. That's really all it takes. You've got your currency slot, you've got a couple credit card or business card or driver's license slots, and that's it. If you choose to have a slot here on either end, either for one big slot, you could hide some currency back in there inside, because you can see that'll basically open all the way through. or you can choose at this point to keep this thing sealed over. So there's two ways to handle it. If you choose to have it sealed over and have no pocket here and just have it closed, like I have on this wallet, you can see there it's just sealed over. What you would do, take some double stick tape, okay, and then just set it inside there and then seal it shut. And that'll seal both sides together. Now I found that double stick tape works really well for this. Particularly this Scotch, I can't recommend any other brand, but I've been using this Scotch double stick tape. It works out really well with Tyvek in particular because it seals and it's fairly easy to undo and remove if you mess up or whatever. But after you have it for a while, even just a day of having it compressed, it almost turns more like glue. It's not easy to undo after a while. It holds really well. So if you wanted to seal the end, you could do double stick tape. Now if you wanted to leave it open, what I would recommend is using regular tape. And as you can see in here, you've got these flaps that you want to keep in place. And I would tape them down because there's not enough flap in there that after use it won't keep it from pulling out. See how it's pulled out right there? So what you would want to do is take a piece of tape on this side and a piece of tape on that side to tape those flaps down inside there and still leave you with an opening. And I would do that on both sides. So just to give you a quick example of how I would do that. Just open it up. This is actually harder to work with because it's regular paper, which the tape will stick to and hold pretty quickly, instantly. Get the one side. And the other side. And you can see that gives you a nice little pocket there. It will hold the wallet together. And I mean, as you see, I'll grab my Lonely 20 here. In theory, you could tuck away some emergency cash back inside of there. And you can even have one side open and one side closed. And you look at your wallet, you've got nothing. Let me let me seal over this side. I'll use the double stick tape on that side to show you how that works. So double stick tape, obviously sticky on both sides. A little bit more challenging, but just kind of poof it open like that. Make sure my money doesn't get taped in there. Lay it in there, and then seal it shut. So now I've got one side closed and one side open, and I've got a hidden emergency 20 down inside there. So that's kind of cool. And again, this Tyvek is, of course, you know, this is paper, but if you use Tyvek, it's pretty flexible, it's pretty durable stuff, water resistant, lightweight, you could wash it, probably be okay. Anyway, this is CPO's simple 8.5 by 11 Tyvek wallet. And just to show you, it really does work. Here's my two random cards. Slip that one in there. Slip that one in there. And you've got plenty of room for everything to fold over. So that's it. Hope you like it. Again, I'm going to give you the template for this. You probably don't want my logo, but it'll help you visualize how things are going to lay out on the wallet if this isn't enough. This is the full dimension template. And then this is the blank template if you wanted to add your own designs or custom draw something on it, what have you. I'll leave you all of that information, a link in the video description. And again, feel free to go experiment with some Tyveks that you can get your hands on. It'll be really cool. But if you want to go really cheap, hey, there's nothing wrong with a paper wallet. This thing will probably last you, I don't know, a couple weeks, maybe a month, who knows. And when you're bored with it, you just build another one. So that's it. Hope you like it, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.